All right. Welcome. Thank you for joining me here for the Taz Effect daily news in a way you did not know you could use. Streaming live today on GCPR.live, YouTube, and TikTok. Due to technical difficulties, unfortunately, today we're not on Substack or on Facebook. But for those here listening over the radio, watching on YouTube, or on TikTok, thank you for joining. Now, today is going to be a little slow going. Today is a struggle, okay? Started going down a little bit last night, and it's just, we're gonna get through this, okay? We're gonna make it happen. Yes, on Friday, the Epstein files the Epstein/Maxwell files, began to be released. Yes, were they supposed to all have been released by midnight, Friday, December 19th, 2025? Yes, but the number two at the Department of Justice, Mr. Todd Blanche, yes, during the confirmation hearings, said with his full unredacted chest that yes, he is still working in the capacity of private legal counsel for a Mr. Donald John Trump Sr., stated that for a multitude of reasons, this will be a rollout over the next few weeks. So yes, all of that information has been chronicled on TikTok at TazJ15 and on YouTube at TazJ77. Should you want to take a look at all of that. It has been a busy weekend. It has been a busy weekend in regards to the news. Hey, everyone. Thank you for joining. Hey, Jess. Hey, Jay. Hey, Nana Jay. But all the J's in the house. Hey. It's a strange country after all. We're going to start off with something, I was going to say non-political, but what nowadays isn't political. Heart-stopping moment. Shoplifter pulls out gun to shoot officer at point blank range. No need to ask me for a description. You already know. Terrifying body camera footage captured the moment a brazen shoplifter tried to shoot a police officer at point blank range inside an Ohio Walmart. Police said that the culprit was only stopped from carrying out the heinous shooting because his weapon appeared to malfunction. Trouble arose when Shane Newman, 21, and Katarina Jeffrey, 23, were allegedly caught trying to steal from a Walmart located in Canton on Thursday afternoon. Walmart's security called the police on the culprits as they tried to leave the premises with the items that they allegedly did not pay for. When the responding cop arrived, Newman and Jeffrey were taken to the store's loss prevention office where the citation took a heart-stopping turn. According to the video from the shocking ordeal, the encounter began calmly. When a cop asked Newman if he had anything on him that law enforcement should know about, the alleged attempted shooter said he only had a cell phone. Newman then voluntarily handed over a container of illegal drugs, Fox 8 reported. Once y'all saw the illicit pharmaceuticals, you should have known he had more. You know what? Y'all too quick to trust these color redacted male presenting individuals for me. As captured by the body camera, which has been placed on a table inside the office, Jeffrey asked if they were going to jail. Oh, you going to jail now? You and your little princess bride. Well, corpse bride. Not unless something crazy happens, the officer said. Newman and Jeffrey were sitting on a couch with Newman telling an employee, I told her not to steal. So why are you mad at Mr. Ossifer? You did it too, a woman off camera snapped back. She watched you walk over and put an item in the bag off the shelf. After a few quiet moments, Newman slowly reached in his backpack. Oh, y'all didn't take his backpack? Y'all didn't see the handy dandy backpack, and you just let him keep it. You know what? Before abruptly pulling out a gun and pointing it at the police officer who was standing just steps away. I have been preemptively followed in store, asked for ID, had loss prevention look over into anything open that I've had in a cart, and y'all didn't think to take his backpack away. No, 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 no. Jeffrey screamed as the chaos erupted. As the cop yelled, hey, the store security guard lunged at Newman, managing to pry the weapon from his hands as the police officer flashed a gun of his own at the firearm wielding suspect. So the cop didn't even. Cops. Huh, good God, y'all. What are they good for? Absolutely nothing. Say that again. So you steal. You're taken to loss prevention. You ask them, are you going to jail? They say no, not unless you do something crazy. This is after you hand over drugs to them. And you're just like, you know what? I want to go to jail for a greater cause than just shoplifting. What the? Okay. Okay. He was like, here, hold my Slurpee. Absolutely. Because I did not know that it was an option to steal from a store, turn over drugs, and still not go to jail. Oh, I know why I didn't know that was an option. I am black, melanated, blackity black black. Now, if you recall last week, Trump decided to look at the Kennedy Center and go, I like you and I want you. We can do this the easy way or we can do this the hard way. And the Kennedy Center crossed over, clutched his pearls, and was like, I don't want it, Grandpa. And Trump said, hard way it is, and slapped his name on it. He was like, throw some Trump on that bitch. Well, RFK Jr. has a sister. Did you know he had a sister? Because I think we forget that there's more Kennedys than RFK Jr. RFK Jr.'s sister says she will tear Trump's name off Kennedy Center with a pickaxe. Mamacita, why you been quiet this whole time? Hmm? Hey, theme park. The sister of RFK Jr. boldly declared that she will take a pickaxe to Donald Trump's name, now affixed to the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. You didn't have a problem when they replaced the whole board. You didn't have a problem when long-standing acts were like, get somebody else to perform here. You didn't have a problem when melanoma was accompanying the Tangerine Tyrant and getting spray tanned all over the good seats. You didn't have a problem when they besmirched your uncle's name by just giving Kennedy honors to any and everybody who was sucking a cream filling out of Trump's Bucci cat. But now you got a problem? Is you cool, bitch? Carrie Kennedy. Carrie, that's a lot of K's for a white lady. That's a lot of K's for a white lady. I'm just saying. Don't add no more K's. Don't. Carrie. Carrie, that's not so very pretty girl rock of you. I know you didn't name yourself, but you done had quite a few decades to change that. Kerry Kennedy, the sister of Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., posted the statement on X Friday, accompanied by a photo of the newly revealed exterior of the building, which now reads the Donald John Trump and the John F. Kennedy Memorial Center for the Performing Arts. Here's the thing. How come neither one of them want to slap a senior after the name? Now, I mean, I know JFK dead, so I mean, he can't slap a senior after that, but the family can. And Donnie, you are a senior in more than one way. Mary Carey Kennedy. Lord Jesus. That's her. That's, I know it's her middle name. That's too many K's. That's, go by Mary. To go by Mary right now and go swing by and visit Trump. Okay. With a name like Mary, you're gonna confuse him. He gonna think that you are the ghost of Mama Past. Okay. Just go visit him on Christmas Eve. Melanoma will let you in. Just tap him on the shoulder and go, now, Donnie, do you want some mashed potatoes and gravy? If you know, you know. She was married to Andrew Cope. Yeah, I know. That's why I made the K joke. Yeah, I know. That's why I made the. I know she was married to Andrew Cuomo. That's why I made the K joke. Yeah, stop acting like y'all new here. Yep. This Monday is Monday and for everybody. This Monday is Monday and for everybody. Y'all okay? I thought I was the sick one. You want some medicine? I'll share. You know it's bad when I got the bottle of medicine sitting right here. But you, they don't. The board is full of Fox News correspondent. Like, let's talk a little bit of, I guess, politics adjacent stuff. Yeah, it's close enough. Yeah, I mean, come on, Jay. Sit next to me. We gonna be sick together. Trump rants about First Lady Melanoma's panties. Yes, and before y'all, because it's Monday and y'all tripping. I know what her name is. I know what her name is. I'm gonna continue to call her Melanoma because you can't be that close to the Timu son, aka Donnie Sr., and not be a cancer on society. Trump rants about First Lady Melanoma's panties drawer while blasting Mar-a-Lago raid during rambling economy speech. Oh, I got you, Nightbird. Trump rants about First Lady Melanoma's panties drawer while blasting Mar-a-Lago raid during rambling economy speech. What does the raid on Mar-a-Lago over documents he wasn't supposed to take from the White House have to do with her panty drawer? Have to do with the economy? Nobody knows. President Donald Trump veered off topic during his Friday night speech on the economy to slam the 2022 FBI raid on Mar-a-Lago, which he said included agents raiding First Lady Melania Trump's panties drawer. I do not think that they was going through that lady intimates drawer looking for anything, especially given the pictures that they put out of precisely where they looked and where they found the stuff. You didn't exactly hide them. They didn't have to go through drawers. You put them in the bathroom, in the tub. You put them on a stage in a ballroom that you were still renting out for people to have smelly weddings at. Like it was the smelly cat convention. There was no reason to ransack drawers, sir. As a part of the government's investigation into Trump's handling of classified documents after he left the White House in 2021, the FBI raided Mar-a-Lago in August 2022 in search of sensitive records. Jack Smith, former special prosecutor charged with leading the Trump probe, told lawmakers this week in a closed-door interview that his team had gathered powerful evidence that the president had broken the law by holding on to the classified material. Trump also returned to the years-old raid Friday after making a stop in North Carolina for a rally-style speech, ostensibly about the economy, on his way to Mar-a-Lago for a 2 weeks Christmas vacation. During his remarks, Trump blasted the raid was as illegal and disgusting, alleging agents searched through his wife's panties drawer. How would you know? Y'all ain't been in the same bedroom since before she got plump with Barron. So how would you know? How would you even know which drawer was her undergarment drawer? Sir, do you even know what her ankles look like at this point? I was hunted. I had these animals trying to attack me at Mar-a-Lago, the president said Friday. They went into my wife's closet, and I'll say this. Number one, it's very bad, but it sounds a little strange. They looked at her drawers. Did you force a raid this year on former cabinet members of yours? He knows with the back of her head walking away all the time. He doesn't know where she's at. He has to make appointments with her staff. Yep. And I don't even know if he knows who's on her staff. He added that the first lady is a very meticulous person. Everything is perfect. Her undergarments, sometimes referred to as panties, are folded perfect. They're so perfect, I say. That's beautiful. Are y'all out here just throwing you know what? As long as they're clean and you're wearing them, just okay. The things that he is amazed by and impressed by boggle my mind. It boggles my mind what impresses this man. For somebody who proclaims and keeps selling the origin story that he just grew up so rich and so privileged and people just buy into it and continue to tell this lie, I don't think y'all pay attention to what impresses this man. He was impressed at the fact that his son Barron could turn a laptop on, that his wife folds her underwear. And I'm just like, we all know how a raid goes. We know how a raid goes. Like they're going in to look for, but they didn't have to raid it. Like you didn't really have the stuff. I guess. I guess. Whew. Okay. All right. We're gonna get through this. Okay. RFK Jr. wanted to endorse the Danish. RFK Jr. wanted to endorse the Danish vaccine schedule. He was forced to pull back. I wish his daddy would have been forced to pull out. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. came within hours of publicly promoting Denmark's childhood vaccine schedule as an option for American parents before legal and political concerns got in the way. Yeah, like the Danish people have universal health care. A senior HHS official told Politico that a press conference set for Friday was canceled at the last minute after the HHS Office of the General Counsel said it would invite a lawsuit the administration could lose. A second senior official at the Department of Health and Human Services confirmed the press conference, which HHS had publicly announced was to be about the Danish schedule. The second official said it was canceled because it was deemed politically risky. I told y'all before that RFK is not talking with or talking to anyone at HHS. He's just bringing these things on him. He is the epitome of ask for forgiveness later, which is always a bad idea. It's always a bad idea. Billed as an announcement regarding children's health, Kennedy was to appear alongside his top agency heads and Tracy Beth Hogue, the Food and Drug Administration's top drug regulator. Hogue touted the Danish schedule at a vaccine advisory committee meeting earlier this year. I'm going to need people to stop in passing hearing about something and going, oh, this is so great. We should do it here. No, the fuck we shouldn't. No, we shouldn't. My apologies for the F-bomb. HHS canceled the event Thursday evening, hours after announcing it. Andrew Nixon, an HHS spokesperson, called accounts of the cancellation that didn't come directly from the department pure speculation in a statement. HHS officials, skeptical of moving to the Danish schedule, which recommends immunization for only 10 of the 17 diseases on the U.S. list, were relieved it was never publicly recommended. The first official said the internal confusion and disagreement follow similar management bungling within HHS's Food and Drug Administration that has frustrated the White House. Once again, the Danish people have universal health care. They also have some things in place that they don't necessarily, you know what? I'm not going to. This is what happens when you let conspiracy theorists run free in the asylum. Now, here's an update on a story coming out of Hamilton County, Ohio. Man accused of killing a deputy after seeing video of cops fatally shooting his son now pleads insanity, facing new charge for attack on jail guard. The man accused of mowing down an Ohio deputy right after seeing footage of his son being shot to death by a Cincinnati police officer is trying to change his plea to not guilty by reason of insanity. Rodney Hinton Jr. is facing the death penalty for the killing of Hamilton County Special Deputy Larry Henderson. Authorities say the 39-year-old ran Henderson down in a car as the deputy was directing traffic outside a college graduation in May. According to Hinton's attorney, Clyde Bennett II, Hinton was grief-stricken by the death of his teenage son, Ryan Hinton, and was inconsolable after watching body camera video of the 18-year-old being fatally shot by a Cincinnati police officer. The deadly collision that killed Henderson happened the same day Hinton watched the footage. I'm going to say this, and some of you may think that it's controversial. Some of y'all may never tune into this program again, and I don't give a damn. Police officers are the ones that are supposed to go through training. De-escalation is supposed to be the name of the game, and we watch them do it every day when it comes to people that lack melanin. Number one. Number two, when showing people, especially the friends and family of victims, body camera footage, why are there not healthcare professionals there? Why are there not counselors there? You are setting people up for situations just like this. And just like doctors have to, cops individually should have to have liability insurance. Personal injury insurance, something. Because even when compensation is ordered, it's we the people that are paying it. We should not be held responsible and punished because people who were bullied or bullies from high school and middle school and whatever get into certain professions to continue to be able to do that. Bennett argued that his client's grief, combined with serious mental illnesses he suffers from, impaired his rational judgment and should disqualify him from a death sentence. The issue with respect to the Hamilton County case is whether Mr. Hinton had a mental condition or defect that precluded him from understanding the wrongfulness of his conduct at the time of the offense. Bennett said in a statement to the Cincinnati Enquirer, to date, all psychological and psychiatric evaluations and evidence indicate that he was experiencing several major mental conditions that precluded him from understanding the wrongfulness of his conduct at the time. Here's also a take that y'all may find controversial. The death penalty is not a punishment. Let me repeat that. The death penalty is not a punishment. Removing somebody from the census removes them from having the time and the ability to sit and think about what they did, to be tormented by what they did. I don't see how y'all sit there and get pissed When someone commits a heinous crime and then takes their own life, going, oh, well, they avoided accountability, but you think accountability is the state taking somebody's life. Now, you want to take their life in the most humane way possible, which I don't understand. Like, if the death penalty is supposed to be a punishment, why are we making it the most humane as possible? Just questions, okay? So, why are you such a proponent of it? And you all do realize it is more expensive to kill somebody in prison than it is just to keep them alive. And with the appeals process and how messed up our criminal justice system is, how many innocent people are we going to send to the grave and then find out that they are innocent? We cannot resuscitate somebody. We cannot dig them up and roll back the hands of time and go, oh, my bad, here's a check, better second life. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. Just saying. And no, don't sit there and go, well, Taz thinks that this far. I didn't tell y'all what I thought about the case. Didn't tell you what I thought about the case at all. Don't do that. Trump quips about seeking DOJ settlement. And I quote, I hereby give myself $1 billion, which is essentially what he's planning to do. And once again, silence is compliance. Miss Ma'am, where's the floating head today? It's Monday. It's off work. And he went to the grocery store. So I think he's back now putting stuff away. But hold on, I'll get your floating head in here before we wrap for the day. I promise. President Trump, while speaking to reporters in North Carolina on Friday, boasted about his claim against the federal government requesting a large payout and taxpayer money over legal battles he faced after leaving office in 2021. I am sure they have sent. Is he cooking dinner? I think we still have leftovers from yesterday. He handled dinner yesterday because I ended up doing back-to-back shows, so I wasn't able to cook. So probably he does all that stuff. I'm sure this is now changed from when I saved this, but I had to catch myself because they literally have Turnip submitted. They mean Trump, but they have Turnip submitted 2 claims against the Justice Department, the DOJ, seeking up to $230 million in damages, the New York Times reported earlier this year. The first, filed in 2023, alleges violations of his rights stemming from the probe of Russian election interference during the 2016 presidential election. The second, submitted in 2024, accused the FBI under former President Biden of violating his privacy by raiding his Mar-a-Lago resort in 2022 for classified documents. We have all the evidence, Trump told the crowd in Rock Mountain, North Carolina, late Friday, and we have to do something about it. We have to do something about it. It's illegal and disgusting. You know, I brought a lawsuit and I'm winning the lawsuit. This hasn't even gone to court yet. Yeah, you're right. Jay Turnip is right. There's only one problem. I'm the one who has to settle it. No, he's not. He's not the judge. He said, in other words, I'm suing and I'm the one that's supposed to settle it. He continues to brag that there's never been a case like this because most criminals are smart enough not to run for political office, or at least not the highest political office in the land, and have an even bigger microscope and flashlight put on their crimes. And then there's Trump. Trump removes nearly 30 career diplomats from ambassadorial positions. While we still don't have the positions he nominated people for filled. Uh, so people are asking, where's the floating head? Oh, you like the IT wenches. The people are asking, where's the floating head?
Hey y'all. Hey y'all doing? Woo! Woo! Floating head ain't got to go to work today, so floating head might pop in every now and then.
Like crap. I'm trying to get through it.
Feel a little more.
Yeah. So.
Flush you up.
Yeah.
As soon as you do with this, you're making chili tonight too.
Oh, Nana J, yes, he's cooking. She asked if you were cooking.
I'm cooking chili. Can y'all see a sexy wiggle?
They can see on YouTube. They can't see on TikTok. Oh, hold on.
Sexy wiggle.
Wait, you wiggling in the back of my. Okay, this looks inappropriate. This looks so inappropriate.
Back over here, so they can see me on YouTube.
Oh, this is
sexy wiggle.
And the carpet. Oh my. Okay.
Screw you guys. I'm going back out here. Love you.
Do we have any ginger ale?
I believe it's one in the refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You be drinking up all my stuff, eating all my snacks, eating all the crackers, all the hog maw, all the pig feet. I like hog maw. I might want some pig feet.
I don't care. I'll keep eating them all. I think the baby.
I think the baby.
He never disappointed. That's why he's the greatest studio audience on GCPR. I think he's the only studio audience on GCPR. Okay, where are we at? Ooh, okay. Ooh, I told y'all. Pretty sure I have a fever. Pretty sure. So if I disappear for the rest of the day. The Trump administration is recalling nearly 30 career diplomats from ambassadorial and other senior embassy posts as it moves to reshape the U.S. diplomatic posture abroad, with personnel deemed fully supportive of President Donald Trump's America First priorities. I'm going to break this down for y'all. Hold on. See what? Whoops. Multi-purpose cane. Trump has not given up on trying to take over Greenland. He has, as of today, I got confirmation, installed a special envoy to Greenland. Do we need a special envoy to Greenland? We do not. We do not.
Sorry, I forgot I opened it because my blood sugar had dropped and I drank half of it. I said it just so get you.
Okay, thank you. So we don't need a special envoy. But there's certain minerals that the Trump administration wants, just like there's oil that the Trump administration wants from Venezuela. And remember, Greenland is under the umbrella of the Danish. So it's looking like Trump is willing to go to war. I hate it here. I don't want to do this anymore, Grandpa. Ugh. Oh, also, if you missed last night on the Villains View, please go to GCPR Radio, YouTube, the YouTube page, and watch last night's episode. It's a very, very, very important episode. We were able to talk to and interview a collaborative of activists who are working to help Carmelo Anthony, the teenage young man who was placed into an altercation and it resulted in another individual losing their life. There will be a part 2 and a part 3. Part 2 will take place on Conversations with Taz, where we will be discussing the video of the incident, other things that are being done that we cannot talk about on the radio officially in that official capacity, and then we will do a third part back on the Villain's View. There will be regular updates. And if you saw yesterday, we kind of had a joining of the effects. We had a special airing of the Kennedy Taz Effect last night on. No, Americans are not equipped for the Arctic and Norwegian Sea. There will be updates. So there will be another meshing of Jeff Kennedy and myself to keep you abreast on things going on with that case. And as always, in the links of all of my profiles across all social media, and if you type in CINCITAZ, you can find your girl anywhere on social media. You will find the Give, Send, Go for Carmelo Anthony's security and legal defense fund, because the family is having to get essentially 24-hour a day security. Okay. As far as the deep dive into the Kirk conspiracy, yes, I do have additional information regarding new things that have happened in the whole Turning Point USA. I am going to try to bring it to you tonight. If that does not happen, it definitely will happen tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central on YouTube at Taz77. Sorry. Now, see, DHS offers $3,000 to undocumented immigrants who self-deport by 2026. Today is December 22nd, 2025. Most of the people who listen and view the Taz Effect are adults, established adults, who have moved a time or two in their lifetime as adults. You know that this is not enough time to move within the same city, let alone from one country to the next. Because where are these people supposed to live? How's the transportation going to be? And what is $3,000 going to do in order to get you out? Like, what are you supposed to do with your stuff, especially over the holiday season? So, yeah, DHS is offering $3,000. And here's the thing. If you're undocumented, when you have to become documented to be able to collect the $3,000, I'm going to need y'all to recognize a trap when you see one. Okay. This is essentially like a Looney Tunes box with the stick and the string. So the Department of Homeland Security is tripling its payments to undocumented immigrants who deport themselves for the holidays to $3,000 per person. Once again, if these people are undocumented, first of all, here to hustle. If they, because we know they're not going to pay. They promised so many payments and nobody's getting it. Okay. Let's say I'm undocumented, okay, and you're telling me $3,000 per person is about to leave. Do you know how many people I would tell you are in my house that we ready to leave? And how would you confirm that I've left? Because if I'm undocumented, you gonna give it to me in cash? You gonna cash at me? You gonna Venmo me? Right, 30K and I'm out, Under President Donald Trump's stricter immigration enforcement, the department has been offering $1,000 and travel fee to persuade people without legal authority who remain in the United States to leave. So we're just going to further shrink the economy. People are already complaining. I to my favorite honky bucket, aka Cracker Barrel, and it took me 45 minutes just to get a seat. And it was only 3 people in there, but there's only one person. You know, Deborah, yeah, special Deborah. You know, Deborah, her mama is the only one working at the Piggly Wiggly now, too. She was the only one in there. She was the hostess, the waitress, the cook, the bus girl. And I think I saw her cleaning out the parking lot. Well, I mean, there was some of them immigrants working down there, but we couldn't have them because they was taking good jobs from real Americans. Well, none of us want to work down at the Cracker Barrel. I didn't go to 2 weeks of community college to work at the Cracker Barrel. That's beneath me. I mean, who was they taking the jobs from? I'm sure somebody. But I'm sure we could get them nice little darkies from 2 towns over to come over here and work. I mean, I know the Cracker Barrel closed at 9 o'clock, and we like all the darkies out before it get dark. Well, what time do it get dark? About 5:30 around here normally. Well, no, we don't want the Cracker Barrel to close early. That's stupid. Who gon' well, we'll work it out. We'll work it out. Mm-hmm. 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 That's how I made a joke earlier in the comment section of Sound of Coffee about windmills and Trump wanting to ban them. And there were a couple people, they were new, but they messaged me asking what did I mean. Maybe I was misunderstanding Trump. I bring that up because of this next story. Trump suspends all large offshore wind farms under construction, threatening thousands of jobs and cheaper energy. This man has a vendetta against anything that would help the earth expand people's education and horizon and bring about safer career paths for people. Because ask yourself why your fellow cool whippians want to keep y'all in the coal mines. I've seen people who have ultimately lost their lives to black lung. I've seen coal miners who have been injured to the point where they just become mean alcoholics because they're upset that in their 20s they've become so severely disabled that they're relying on the women in their lives, on their children, when their whole identity, their manliness, their masculinity was contingent on them being coal miner men. My cool whips are great with windmills. Yes, I like to take the windmill cookies and dip them in the cool whippians. Okay? The cool whippians are quite tasty with the windmills. But in the latest blow to the U.S. offshore wind industry, the Trump administration announced Monday it is suspending the federal leases for all large offshore wind projects currently under construction, citing unspecified national security risk. I want to tell y'all something. There was a point in time where the whale industry was big business. It was big money. Then white people started getting severely injured, dying. Okay. You want to know what they did? And I'm not saying that it's right. It was diabolical. They started leasing out enslaved black men to work the whaling ships. Then they realized a better, safer way to get the byproducts, etc., that they were getting from whaling. Over the years, we have gotten dumber when it comes to innovation. And we are willing to shut down the planet, make each other sick, kill off the workers and the consumers for $1. Going green does not mean you're going to go broke. Actually, you dumb. I almost said it. I almost said the bad word. I almost said the bad word. I almost said the bad. You dumb fudgians. That's what we're going to call the idiot capitalists. Fudgians. Are we in agreement with that? That sounds good. Fudgians. Yeah, Norway does whaling correctly, Stigreed. How they do whaling over there and how we were doing whaling over here. Two different beasts. Two different species. By comparing Fraggle Rock to Bikini Bottom. Yeah, only so many a year. We didn't have cats up here. But but for the fudgians, okay? The fudge whackers. You do realize going green would actually be more profitable for you because people would have to buy all new stuff. Instead of consistently trying to sell us the same stuff where we're like, I already got one of those. I'm not getting another one. I paid $200 for this one. It works just fine. Why am I paying $500 for that one? See, where? Because we're human. $1,000 and it recharges just with the sun, and it works. Give me 15 of them. Like you fudge it. You're shooting yourselves in the foot by trying to hold on to the old way of doing things, trying to reduce regulations and restrictions on that instead of moving on to the new thing, forgetting that with the new thing, people have to start over from ground zero. Like, are y'all okay? It's no different than back when we still had MCI and everything. The AT&T was still just long distance, and they were still trying to hold on to forcing people to have landlines until they woke up one day and was like, wait a minute. We could keep trying to sell them long distance, that phone calls that they're getting for free with a cell phone, or get into the cell phone game when they got to get a whole new phone. They're going to want accessories for it. They're going to want this. They're going to want that. They need this. They need that. Dun, da, da, da. I'm telling you, capitalists are stupid fudge whackers. Just not fun. Going back to flip phone. They're okay. Not even the flip. Okay, I did like the Razor. The Motorola Razor type flip phone. The Nokia, like, indestructible phone. I did like that. Nokia make a comeback. But there was one phone. It wasn't technically a flip phone, but it looked like, because my maternal grandparents had a cordless phone that kind of looked like it, where just the bottom half of the phone kind of flipped out, like where you spoke at, where the receiver, I love that. It was so cute. And it was just the right size. It wasn't too big. It wasn't too small. We can't go too small, because the smaller the camera was back in the day, the smaller the phone was back in the day, the worse the camera was. Okay, let's be real. If you scroll back through your Facebook, some of them pictures looked, but back in the day with the technology, they looked on par when we were looking at it. But oh yes, I miss my BlackBerry. BlackBerry needs to come back. And trust me, BlackBerry Messenger, BBM, it was a whole vibe. A time was had. Okay, friendships were made. Okay, it was a wonderful time, a wonderful place. Yeah, everybody's talking about the days of AOL chat rooms, baby. Wasn't nothing on BBM chats. BBM chatting. Mm-hmm. And for our final story of the day, Trump slammed as he eyes control of more historic BC sites. This is what happens when you have a screen time gold star on everything participation trophy idiot that's never really been told no. President Donald Trump Sr. is continuing his efforts to rebrand the government in his image. He has tried to restore the U.S. Government of Defense's name to the Department of War. He removed the Board of Trustees of the Kennedy Center and installed his allies and administration officials, who then tried to rename the institution the Trump Kennedy Center. He demolished the east wing of the White House in an attempt to build a ballroom. He redesigned the Rose Garden twice. Well, actually, he did it once. Melanoma did it once. He has allegedly eyed which makes me wonder, are any of these decorating ideas actually melanomas? Because looking at how proud he is of redoing the bathrooms and everything throughout the White House, is that woman just like placating him and taking credit on camera for it? But anyhow, he has allegedly eyed 4 other historic U.S. government buildings for demolition or disposal, and he wants to build a triumphal arch in Washington, D.C. Thank you. President Trump has his eye on the 3 public golf courses in Washington, D.C. I'm going to just start drinking calamine lotion because the center of my soul just continues to itch every time I have to talk about him, which have a 50-year lease as part of a trust designed to keep them affordable, according to The Hill. The Trump administration reportedly has sent a notice of default to the National Links Trust, a local public-private nonprofit that oversees the properties. The notice reportedly did not explain why the trust is in default or what it needed to do to remedy the situation. Trump's efforts are widely seen as a first step by the president to take over the courses for potential redevelopment and put his mark on the D.C. golf scene permanently. Please don't. Just as he did last week by renaming the Kennedy Center after himself, The Hill reported. I don't like it here. But okay. All right. Cool. Great. How high is my temperature? This. Uh, is it me? Am I having a stroke? Was he just he's stupid. He's it's gotta be. It's gotta be. All righty. As always, thank you for joining me here. Oh, for the Taz Effect. Yes, I almost forgot the name of my own show. My apologies. For those listening on GCPR.live, thank you. For those watching on YouTube and on TikTok, thank you. Glad to be back on TikTok. Keep in mind, if TikTok gets mad and kicks me off again, I'm generally available on YouTube. Also, we normally also stream on Substack. Not today because brain is mush. Okay. So I'll tell him he wants some chili. He's only doing it because the last time we had chili, I made chili and I wasn't supposed to cook. Timeout task, dog. Yeah, this is definitely a timeout day. like I said, no, we'll just say for the Kurt conspiracy next part, we'll just do that tomorrow. Because at best you might see me in the background of his videos on the couch. That's the best I can promise y'all for the rest of the day. But as always, thank you all for joining. As always, each one teach one, each one reach one. Be good and don't do anything that requires bail. All right, all right.